Man, you look like crap.
I do a little stop-motion animation from time to time. When I do, I use Stop-Motion Studio on mobile devices. There is a $6 option, but there's also a free version. I think Stop-Motion Studio is the most popular stop-motion application in both the iOS App Store and Google Play Store. For those of you who don't know what Stop-Motion Studio is, it's an app and software that enables you to take photos for stop-motion animation and compile it neatly with editing options into a frame-by-frame timeline. Of course, you don't really need one of these frame grabber apps to make stop-motion animations, but they certainly make it easier. For reference, stop-motion animation is best done on DSLRs, but considering what they cost, and the fact that smartphone cameras are becoming better all the time, I would argue you could make a movie similar in quality using a modern smartphone to that of a DSLR. The McGrew brothers created a stop-motion live-action recreation of Toy Story 3, and from what I can tell, they filmed the stop-motion mostly with their iPhones. Me personally, my two most popular videos were shot with my iPhone 7. I've used this software for almost a decade on desktop and mobile. I use it because it's mostly idiot-proof and you can't beat the price. But with this software, I've never been able to make any of my Android smartphones as the remote camera manually focus when using Stop-Motion Studio on the desktop version. This is footage of me trying and failing to focus my Google Pixel 4a with Stop-Motion Studio on my desktop Mac. I also have never been able to make Bluetooth remote devices link up with my Google Pixel 4a and use it with the Stop-Motion Studio mobile app. So I had to find a solution that would enable me to use the Android version of Stop-Motion Studio that also gives me remote control of the Stop-Motion Studio photo-taking console. Luckily, I found that solution, and I'm going to share that with you in this video. That being said, if you make stop-motion animations with your smartphone and you use Stop-Motion Studio, then this advice is for you. And for the sake of technical purposes, I'm using Android 13 operating system with the free version of Stop-Motion Studio 7.3.2. This is the best accessory to have when making stop-motion movies with Stop-Motion Studio on the mobile app, in my opinion. I use an Atola USB-C hub with power delivery, but there are other options. I use it because the input of my Google Pixel 4a is USB-C. This is the best to have in my opinion because you get so much more connectivity with just this single piece of equipment. I use a Logitech mouse with one of the regular USB inputs and I plug a charging cable into the USB-C input. So with all of this connectivity, you can get control of the photo-taking console with just a regular mouse and a charging cable. Remember, touching a camera during a photo shoot can lead to spoiling your shot. It's best to use some sort of remote device. That's why using a mouse or a set of headphones is more ideal for stop-motion animation. These things retail for about $12. By the way, this isn't just limited to USB-C or Android operating system devices. They make them for Apple Lightning cables as well. And yes, they work just the same. Let's talk about having a consistent flow of power. Running a smartphone on battery during a long photo shoot is risky. As I have said in my Philips headphones video, running out of battery during a stop-motion photo shoot guarantees your whole shot will be spoiled. What I recommend is to keep it plugged into the wall all throughout the photo shoot. I use a 10-foot USB-C to USB-A cable with no LED light at the edge, and I keep it plugged into the phone the entire time when I shoot stop motion. One word of caution when animating like this is that if you keep the phone plugged into the wall past the point of it being fully charged, it will eventually wear out the battery life over time. It's natural that batteries wear out, but this will accelerate it. Side note, it's a shame that there's only one smartphone company that I'm aware of that allows replaceable batteries. Anyway, it seems like as far as connectivity goes, USB-C is the future, so even if you don't do a lot of stop-motion animation with your smartphone, these hubs could still probably come in handy for something else. I'm Aiden Daniels. Take it easy.